little, so it's like that whole little coast that we've got that's like in the ocean. It's beautiful. You should all come visit me. I'll take you down the coast because it's like right here. I've been having it.
It was beautiful, and it made me realize why everyone took the roles that they did in this film. I mean, just being able to stay. I wonder if there were sets that they filmed in, so they maybe had to stay closer to those. If they were like, hey, Mark, you want to shoot for 5 weeks on Deep Blue Sea 2 and stay in this beautiful waterside town, like, little oceanside town. I can't think of a coastal town. There, I got there. So on an episode of Con Air on the Movies, Films, and Flicks, I called a bakery a bread store, and Adam on that has just been making fun of me nonstop about it. So I got to get my words right here. It's beautiful.
That's technically correct.
In an instant. I would be late for work every day, just sitting on my porch, watching the sea.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of like movies and shows. Jay, the new Terry Pratchett show, Night Watch. I haven't seen it yet, but that was filmed here. My buddy actually worked on the set. They film a lot of stuff here because like it's cheap and stuff. And also everyone loves to come here because Cape Town is like we've got, a lot of people and whatever, but it's also small. So like I say, like when I say I live here, everything's very nearby. You drive for like half an hour and you're somewhere on a different coastline and it's beautiful. Like it's actually very small. So yeah, like I've also read like the people that come and film here from overseas, they love it because it's so beautiful and we be friendly people.
That's what John Pogue said, the director of Deep Blue Sea 3. He just talked about how the crew, he's like, when you're down there and you ask for something, everyone's like, yeah, you got it. But if you're in New York with all the unions and if you're in LA, it's just, hey, I need this, can't do it. Or you need to go through this. I guess in Cape Town, he said, everyone just said, we got it. Yeah. And so he loved his experience down there.
Friendly. Yeah. Nice. You should come and visit when all of the pandemic is over.
Let's do it, Jay. We'll record a live episode out there.
I'd love to.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the water.
I mean, we've got audio equipment, so maybe not. But...
yeah. We could do it. Get a tube, right? We don't need internet because I have Audacity. Get some mics. There's some giant tubes. Get some brews, or whatever else, and record about Deep Blue Sea.
You want to use your laptop in the water, Mark? That's fine.
Well, I could just buy one of those things for reporting and just chuck it in a tube, and they would hear it. The audio wouldn't be great, but
we can also just get a cheap boat, you guys. We don't have to go on our surfboards and
paddleboarding, podcasting
at the Calc Bay Harbor.
And go fishing while talking about it.
Yes.
There it is. It's good. And if one of us gets eaten by a genetically modified shark while doing it, that would be pretty great.
I mean, legendary.
I'll volunteer.
Gonna disagree on the pretty great thing. But I mean,
Jay, years from now, you'll be talking, I used to do a Deep Blue Sea podcast, but we went to South Africa to record, and we were talking about Deep Blue Sea 2 about genetically modified sharks, and a genetically modified shark ate my co-host. That's a great story.
I agree.
We'd go viral.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, years later, it'd be great. Immediately after, I'd laugh too.
It's the kind of story where if it was made into a film, people would that's not believable. There's no way there's no way that would happen.
You hear about Mark?
He was in my friend. Stranger than fiction.
Obsessed with genetically modified sharks, and you won't believe how he died. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh, that'd be even better if Sam Jackson was in a yacht across from us and saw it happen.
He wanted to move here when you guys got Trump. He was like, I'm moving to South Africa. And we were like,
oh, really? He's probably shot here before. He had to have.
I'm sure. It feels like everyone's been here, honestly. There's a lot of filming happening, especially in Cape Town. But also, back to the sharks, fun fact, we actually don't have any bull sharks in Cape Town, eh? All our bull sharks are on our east coast, which is pretty far away. We have the great whites down here, but also since the end of 2019, the great whites have moved on. They're also not really hanging out here anymore. Just a fun little fact. Because, yeah, we've always been known for the sharks. But, I mean, we've got a very long coastline to begin with, like South Africa, the country. And, yeah, we don't have any bull sharks here. Like, the closest one we got here was actually in one of our rivers. Because I don't know if you know this, but, like, bull sharks, we call them Zambezi sharks here. And they can change their chemistry to swim in fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
So we once got one in one of our rivers, but not off our coast. Like, we don't have bull sharks here, which just a fun little fact. It's not like South Africa's crawling with bull sharks in Cape Town.
I think you're lying. There's flying V formations of bull sharks.
Yes,
just
this is how we
through.
get it to come. And then, like, see, because all our seals have been eaten, we are seal depleted. So we get foreigners to come and visit us. Our sharks are gone. Come.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, do shark food.
I saw a video from a helicopter, and it was just hundreds of flying Vs circling the ocean. Frightening. Oh, but okay, I have a question. I love the tech guy in this, right? But they sit at their computers all day with video screens, watching the shark pens. Would it be weird if you just didn't see sharks for several hours?
I think it's a pretty big pen, and there's only 5 sharks. And, well, clearly he hasn't noticed that all 5 sharks have been missing for some amount of time, for like at least a couple of hours probably. So I don't think, I mean, he's not watching the monitors at the start of the chat when we first meet Aaron. He's like having a drink. He's probably on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he like hastily clicks away when Trent Slater comes into the room.
What was it on Avengers when there was a guy playing a video game?
Oh, when he's playing
Tony Stark saw him.
Yeah. Oh, he's playing a game I haven't.
Minesweeper.
I know it was
Hubert
Gallagher.
Oh, yeah, I think I know that. Yeah, is that with the worm?
I have no idea. That was the first time I'd ever heard of that game.
Got it. Yeah, he's just playing it out because they dug a hole. Actually, I don't think they would take that long, those sharks, to dig a hole, would it? Because they're pretty smart sharks.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to just envision how the sharks would, just trying to picture them doing it.
That's the thing. Every time I try to get a visual on it, I have a hard time getting a visual.
It's like, how would they hold the shovel? It's gonna break it in their mouth.
Who's holding what is what I want to know.
Do they have little hats? No, I guess you don't need hats.
Little hard hats, yeah. Put cones around the area.
I mean, I guess they just stuck their little bull snout down there and dug out the stuff. Or their little tails. Yeah.
It's just like the image of,
Like, rubbing with their bellies. But also they've got fins, so, yeah.
Well, we're told that the bull sharks, they strike with the kind of the blunt end of their skull. Maybe they just kept on headbutting the sand. Like, swim back a bit and just headbutt the sand. Go back again for another go. Keep like all 5 of them in a row. Like 1, then 2, then just keep like digging just with blunt force going down.
Nobody knows that these sharks are gone.
Nope.
Did Trent Slater know?
Trent did because he. Yeah. I mean, well.
He didn't tell anyone beforehand.
Nobody.
He tracked the sharks. Yeah, he did it. That's also the thing. Why did he go after them before telling Computer Nerd?
And how did he track them? Because I think you could probably only track them from the computer area. Like, how's he tracking them without consulting this guy?
Well, at the end, he did, like, take out that little master key thing to do the whole blow up. So maybe he also has a secret tracking thing. I don't know. These people have a lot of secrets. So
they do.
I feel like they just it's again the Mary Poppins bag. We just, look how we were talking about the Mary Poppins bag again, where they just pull something out magically and voila, I can track you now. Like, they just have these things.
Yeah.
In like a bag of magic.
I buy that. What's more, okay. Another thing, Misty Calhoun made a bunch of college students watch a video of her swimming.
Just in a bikini. Which, again, the opening shot of which is just her swimming cleavage first into the camera.
Yeah. So, what...
More like cleavage butt. Cleavage butt.
Yeah, it's right, but okay, I love it. It makes me and I'm having so much fun watching this movie. I really am enjoying this process, but it just makes me laugh that, all right, we have a special guest today, class. Sit down and listen to Missy Calhoun talk to us about sharks, and then you just watch a 10-minute long video of her swimming with sharks.
And there's a sea turtle.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
good sea turtle footage. I was really worried about that sea turtle, by the way.
I mean, like, yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, please don't eat the sea turtle. It's too beautiful to get eaten in front of me.
That'd have been pretty brutal if those bull sharks well, it wouldn't be like Deep Blue Sea 3 during that scene, but I guess it's just you just watch a video. There's nothing even about the company of Five Oceans there.
Yeah, she's just bragging about swimming with sharks or being able to swim. Look how I can swim with sharks. Like, that's great, Misty.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the presentation is on.
Yeah, I mean, she's showing them like how she swims with sharks, and then she immediately goes into the very depressing stuff about how sharks get killed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that's a very like interesting way of trying to trigger people's emotions on it. I don't know.
Yeah, because the two questions she gets asked are, well, one's not really a question. It's like, I can't believe that shark didn't eat you. Which, okay, that guy's credited as a love-struck student. So it's...
Really?
Yep, Gino Lee crushes it.
Yep. And then admiring student, Liza Schultz, just asked, like, what? Sorry, I think her name is like Exposition Setup. Asked her, what sharks wouldn't she swim with? Like, bull sharks. Like, oh, I wonder what sharks she's going to swim with later in the film. I couldn't possibly say. So that's the one question she gets asked that becomes very pertinent later on. So is she visiting somewhere to tell them about the Five Oceans United Institute?
I think she's doing like promotion, and they were like, just show them how you swim with the sharks in that awesome bikini of yours.
Show them your tits.
Yeah, you know, pretty much.
Her credentials are 36.
Yeah, but yeah, it's. I mean, well, I guess if you're talking to college students.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, love-struck student.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and so she shows her video. I do like though that she talks about 100 million are killed every year. That's true. And then she talks about the fin soup. So at least she's able to drop some solid information about them being unfairly represented, and I like it. They're at least trying to say something about sharks. So that makes me happy. At least it has somewhat of a message in the first 15 minutes with the shark finning and then her dropping these messages. So it's something.
Yeah, and I guess you can argue that they're kind of hard up because the lawyer then comes in after the presentation, and he like drops a line at one point where, well, you can't really say no because you lost the grant or whatever, or he's heard that, they've got like financial trouble. So I guess you could argue that they're kind of desperate. So they're going around and like, hey, like, know about this thing we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, like desperate times.
Yeah, so they're promoting and stuff so that, like, get the word out and get volunteers because volunteers are cheap and whatever,
Mm-hmm. Five Ocean does remind me of Four Ocean. Have you all heard about that? Where they take plastic out of the ocean and you can get bracelets. So right now I'm wearing 4 of them. And they're different types of sharks that you can get.
Oh, wow.
So you buy a bracelet and you get with that bracelet, they take out a pound of plastic out of the ocean, and the bracelet is made from recycled materials from the ocean. So if you look up For Ocean, you can get some neat bracelets. I have about 8 of them. Just I wear at various times. Wearing 8 at a time would be too much. It would be too Trent Slatery. So I'm trying to be more like Slater Trent and wear 4 at a time. But look up For Ocean. They're really cool, and they take plastic out of the ocean. It's a good cause, and you can get recycled bracelets, and they're neat. So look them up and buy me free because I'm addicted to them.
Wow.
So Craig entices Dr. Misty Calhoun with the $50,000, which she's intrigued by because her funding has just been cut. Do you reckon Durant cut her funding somehow?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Ooh, yeah.
Had a grant
I didn't even think of that. Good point.
Because if he can afford, if he can afford just $50,000, whether she joins him or not, that's just pocket change, and then he can afford 5 years of of this foundation. I don't know how much money that's going to